All right, hello folks. I've got my print proof all set up here on the table. I've got my charts up in a screen to open up some table space, but I thought I'd play a little bit and demo it and let you see what it looks like. So what have I got here? I decided to take a couple of the National League teams and go ahead and start a hypothetical playoff. What if we had a playoff and a World Series in 1994? And I started with Montreal, the number 1 seed. They're going to host Houston here in the first series. All my series are going to be 7 games. And let's see. So after I open these cards up and got them sorted, figured out who my starters were going to be. Actually, before I even got the starters selected, I did a random roll to see where the starting pitchers were. It was a weighted roll, so that it was going to be one of the top 3 starters from each rotation. And so we have Ken Hill for Montreal, the number 1, against the number 3 for Houston, Greg Swindell. Some of you might say, was he really the number 3? I don't know, but in my rotation, as I saw it, he was the number 3. So that's going to be the pitching matchup. I also did a series personnel check for both teams to see if there were any other players that were out or missing off the roster. And in both cases, they rolled high enough that the rosters are completely intact here for the playoffs. That's good. Filled out my score sheet, and and I guess the other thing I should point out, when you saw the unboxing as it was, you saw the stickers on a sheet. Well, here's what they look like applied to the tokens, right? So I like it. I think it's kind of fun. I've gone back and forth over the years about whether I physically track runners with tokens or not. It's not necessary most of the time, but it depends on, I guess, how gamey I might be feeling at the moment. So off we go. Let's see how this series starts off here, going back in the Wayback Machine to 1994, Houston at Montreal. All right, my dark die is the control die, so I read that off of here. That comes up composure, that's a pitcher trait, or a pitcher rating. And 5 is his rating, 6 is the roll. And so the final result is 11 on the composure chart. So I go down here, and that is a strikeout looking, unless contact is 6 through 9, which it is. So Biggio doesn't strike out, he pops out instead. Okay, so typically I would move on and call it good there, but you can, if you want, use the field deck and go, okay, well, a pop-up to a right-handed hitter here. That pop-up was caught at third base. All right. These cards do have a back on them, front and back. I like to leave them face up and just read the result off of there, then flip it over to show that it's been used. Okay, so pop out to third for Biggio to start off this series. Luis Gonzalez is next. Contact is the control roll, and 5 plus 5 is 10 on the contact chart. That's going to be a ground out plus. There's nobody on base, so the plus doesn't matter. That is a routine ground out from a right-handed. He's a left-handed hitter, and so he slaps that over to short. I probably won't look all these up, but I just wanted to show the field deck in use for those that are interested. All right, that brings up Bagwell. 2 out, nobody on. Composure, 9, good roll, plus 5, 14. And that is a shallow fly out for Bagwell. The right-handed hitter flies out to left field. And that does it for the Astros. Ken Hill gets through the first inning clean. And we'll go to the bottom half. Here's Marquise Grissom leading off. Discipline, 4 plus 1 is 5. Not a very good roll. He pops out. That pop out going, let's see. He pops that out. The catcher is going to get it. Larry Walker. Up next, the control roll is Heat. 8 plus 3 is 11. That's a strikeout, isn't it? Yep. Walker down on strikes. 2 gone. Moises Alou. Composure. That is 3 plus 6 is 9. That is a deep fly out, unless power is low. It is not. He's got plenty of power. So he drives that deep. That's caught way back near the wall. He is right-handed, so that is a fly out to deep center. Three up, 3 down. Top of the second for with Ken Hill here going against Ken Caminiti. Composure again, 10 is the result. That is a fly out speed check, so that's kind of a medium deep fly. Let's see, Caminiti would have been batting probably from the left side here. In this case, he's a switch, and medium fly out, he would hit it to right field. Steve Finley. All right, contact, 5 plus 10, good roll, 15. He's got a drive, so we're going to do another roll here. The game doesn't come with 3 D12, it comes with these 2. But I keep this third one over here pretty much just for secondary checks, particularly the drive chart. So let's see, how does this drive chart work? So Finley's power is 5, and if I roll an 8 or better, he can put this over the wall. All right, here we go. The roll is a 9, and it is gone. Steve Finley strikes for the Astros, a solo home run. He is a lefty, and that extra base hit would go to right field. There it goes, over the right field wall, home run for Finley. Astros up 1-0. Forgive my baseball play-by-play. Don't know if I was ever good at it, but I'm certainly rusty right now. All right, let's see. 1 out, nobody on. Stankiewicz for Houston, the shortstop, 7. Playing shortstop today anyway. Contact, 4 and 5 is 9. That's going to be a single unless heat is 5 or better, but it's not. So not enough heat from Ken Hill, and he's going to smack this ball out to center field. Stankiewicz is on 2 straight hits, and he is on with a speed of 4. So let's see, 1 out. James Mouton coming up. Why don't we try a steal here? Just to show you how it works. Just for the sake of demonstration, right? So, steel chart's over here. So the first thing we do when you're considering steel, basically this represents the manager giving the player the sign to go for it. It doesn't guarantee that he's going necessarily, but let's see what happens here. And I'll try to explain it as we go. So I roll a 4 on the steel attempt chart. And that is going to pit the runner's speed versus the catcher's mound rating. All right, so let me see here. The catcher, Scott Service, his mound rating is a 2. So we're going to subtract 2 from Stankowicz's speed of 4 right now. I didn't have to look at that because I got it on the doggone token. Okay, so that makes his effective speed for this attempt a 2. All right, and that may sound terrible, but he still has a chance, right? So in the 2 column, I'll roll. I rolled high. It's an 11, and he does steal second. He's safe on that attempt. Stolen base for Stankowicz, and Houston's got something cooking here. How about that? So just to put that in perspective, he needed an 11 or 12 to be safe. And I rolled an 11. On a 6 through 10, he would have fiddled around and then decided to hold, okay, or been held by whatever pickoff attempts and etc. On a 1 through 5, he would have been out. So his chances of being out were greater than his chances of stealing that base with an effective speed of 2. So pretty cool. Surprise, says Stankowicz, as he takes second, and that has James Mouton at the plate with a man in scoring position and 1 out. All right, heat, 3 plus 3 is 6, not very good. That is going to be a single unless contact is 0 through 2. His contact is 3, just good enough. Mouton is just quick enough with the bat to get that out there and get a single out of it. It is a regular single, and there's only 1 out. So the runner's only going to advance 1. All right. Let me see. So he's right-handed. That single went out to left field. And Mouton stands on first with a speed of 7. Scott Service at the plate. Yeah, so I'm considering another steal, especially with that kind of speed out there. Plus, if something happened, such as an error or whatever, then that run could score. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. See what happens. You could roll both of these at once if you were in a hurry. But again, sake of demonstration, this time I roll a 6. It's good timing. He gets +1 on his speed, so his effective speed is 8 to steal this base. The result is 3, not a good roll. He ends up holding. Wow, so they keep a close eye on Mouton over there, and he ends up being held. That's pretty cool, right? You don't quite know what's going to happen. It's not guaranteed that the guy's going to go for it every time you call for it. All right. So runners at the corners, 1 out for Scott Service. Command is the ability, is the chart we're on. So 4 plus 4 is 8. And that is a line out. That line out goes to first base. Wow. He flares that the opposite direction. But the runners have to hold when that catch is made. Now, 2 out. Runners at first and third for the pitcher. Ha! Don't you love it? It's the National League, right? So what do you do? What do you do here? Well, it turns out Swindell, instead of having a generic batter's card that might look something like this, all zeros, right? fairly common for a pitcher. Swindell actually had enough plate appearances. He had more than 50. And so he's got his own card, and turns out he had a pretty good batting average. So his contact rating is 4. Right? So why not? Let him have a crack at it. Okay, 11. Discipline, 0. But he rolls an 11. That's pretty good. And he can work a walk here unless Ken Hill's command is 6 or better. And it is not, it's 4. So he does draw the walk to load the bases. Wow. Nice job by Swindell. All right, his speed of 0 is out there. Bases loaded, 2 out. Walk issued to the opposing pitcher. Ken Hill's not going to be happy about that. And now he's got to face Biggio with the bases loaded. Oh my goodness. What a mess. Ooh, that's a high roll, but it's on heat. So 15, that'll be a strikeout. Yes, he strikes out Biggio. Ken Hill reaches down deep there and comes up with something good to get Biggio and leave the bases juiced. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Halfway through the second inning, it is 1-0. Houston, after all of that threat, it was only the solo home run for Finley that counted. All right, bottom of the second. Sean Berry steps in against Greg Swindell. Let's see if they can get something going now. 5, heat. 3 and 8 is 11, struck him out. Command now is 6 and 5 is 9 on the command chart. That is field trouble. So this is a potential error. The field trouble roll comes up 0-5. This is hit to short. It's a range check. All right, against the Houston shortstop, which is not great, right? Oh, Stankiewicz. He's pretty good. Yeah. All right, so his rating is 5, so all he has to do is roll 5 or less. If I roll 6 or higher, it's a problem. He rolls a 3 and makes the play. Well done on the tough grounder. Challenging grounder to short off the bat of Cordero, 2 gone. And here's Darren Fletcher. 10, composure, 7 is the final result. Because we had that 4 plus his 3, and here we go. We get a ground out, fielder's choice. Unless discipline is high, his discipline is average. So he needed a discipline of 6 or more, but it's a 4. So therefore, it is a ground out fielder's choice if there were any runners on base, but there are not. And the lefty grounds out to short. All right, so there you go. That's how this game begins. I'm going to go ahead and play this out, and I'll report on it later on.